Relationships are powerful. It's what fills everything around us. What we're about is making introductions, right? People are coming to Tinder because they want to meet new people, and they're curious about what the possibilities are. You might think that Tinder is designed to help you meet people, find love, find the one. But in reality, Tinder wants none of this. Every time someone finds a partner, they've just lost 2 customers, and that's bad for business. Instead, Tinder has used a genius strategy to monetize loneliness, which has helped it become one of the most profitable apps in the entire world. You see, on the one hand, Tinder is an incredible business success story, and they've managed to completely revolutionize online dating. But on the other hand, there are countless allegati. Did you know that Tinder assigns each user a secret score based on how attractive they are? This score dictates how often their profile is visible to potential matches. Additionally, did you know that the creator of Bumble, who is now at rivalry with Tinder, was actually a co-founder of Tinder until she resigned after suing the company and accusing 2 of her co-founders of sexually harassing her? Lastly, did you know that Tinder's parent company owns practically all of the other popular online matchmaking services? Keep in mind that this company has a financial incentive to keep you as a customer. Here you are, listening to the wild tale of Tinder. When it first launched, Tinder was a fun way to look through profiles of local singles. You joined because everyone was talking about it, and you found matches, had enjoyable talks, and thought it was a wonderful and simple experience. However, after that, things altered. You noticed that you were receiving fewer messages and fewer matches. It became clear that the app's primary purpose was to facilitate the introduction of new people to one another, when advertisements started to fill the screen and a daily swipe limit was implemented. The excitement had worn off, and you started to question whether there was something wrong with the way you were using the application. After then, you came across an advertisement for Tinder Gold, which asserted that it would improve your profile and disclose the individuals who were interested in you. You thought to yourself, this is precisely what I require. It will remind me of the days when I used to go on dates. You finally made the decision to pay the monthly charge of $14.99 after all the excitement and anticipation that you had been experiencing about it. It was your belief that it would be worthwhile. When you first started using the service, everything was going swimmingly. You were getting matches, messages, and dates. However, just as previously, everything started to evaporate. Tinder, fortunately, also offered a new solution. You could upgrade to Tinder Platinum, which was even more pricey than the standard version. Currently, I am perplexed, and I have come to the conclusion that we must return to the beginning. Sean Rad. Sean Rad had been studying business at university, but at 18 he realized he was tired of learning about business in class and wanted to create something. He enlisted the help of some friends studying computer science and proposed to them an idea for an all-in-one tool for messaging and video chat, which they called Orgu. However, after months of work, Sean's first business was not a big success at all, but it did do one thing. It made Sean realize that with a little help, he could create almost anything. So Sean began brainstorming more ideas, and together with his college friend Justin Mateen, they came up with the idea of a flirting app, loosely based on the concept of hot or not. And in February 2012, after getting a software engineer called Joe Manos on board, the 3 of them worked tirelessly for 3 weeks to create a prototype of their idea. The app originally had a thumbs up or down layouts, but after showing the prototype to some friends, they realized it would be even better to try and gamify the app as much as possible, which led them to introducing the infamous swipe feature, instead as a way to quickly say yes or no to a potential match. They also originally called the app Matchbox, and the reason they changed the name is really interesting. You see, Sean and his friends have developed the app during a hackathon, which is basically an event that brings computer programmers together to work and collaborate on projects. But this particular one was hosted by Hatch Labs, a startup incubator owned by a giant conglomerate called IAC. And what's interesting is the IAC own the Match Group, a company which has a majority stake in Match.com, Plenty of Fish, Cupid Our Time, and pretty much all of the other most popular dating sites. They have a near monopoly on online dating, so it wasn't that surprising that after the hackathon, they invested in Matchbox, except the name Matchbox was a little too similar to their dating app Match.com. So the name got switched to Tinder in an article about Sean Rad written in Bloomberg Businessweek. They commented that he was awfully evasive when talking about Tinder's relationship with ISE, and they had to ask him about it over and over again before he finally acknowledged that IAC was not just an investor, but the company's majority owner. Of course, at the time, nobody had any idea that very soon Tinder would become one of the most profitable apps in the entire world. Rapid rise. Justin conceived the idea of promoting their new application specifically on college campuses. He initiated the process by introducing the app to influential individuals, as well as fraternities and sororities. The app was marketed as a means to expedite the process of finding casual partners. It quickly gained popularity, spreading rapidly from one campus to another across the country. Hosting sizable parties just for those who had downloaded the app further aided the business's expansion. In due course, Tinder surpassed its initial college campus boundaries and became popular in major cities. The swipe-a feature, in particular, proved to be highly addictive. By October 2014, Tinder users had collectively completed more than 1 billion swipes per day. Additionally, the average user was spending close to 90 minutes daily on the app. Tinder was awarded the prestigious title of the Top Emerging Business of 2013 by TechCrunch. This recognition elevated the morale of Sean Rad and his fellow co-founders, who even graced the covers of many magazines. However, as Tinder gained more popularity, it also drew some unfavorable scrutiny. Numerous grievances arose regarding Tinder's tendency to prioritize superficiality and appearance in the dating scene. Additionally, research indicated that Tinder was contributing to a rise in infidelity. However, the true scandal revolved around the internal affairs of the company. Greg Whitney then went on to found Bumble, a direct competitor of Tinder, with a very similar concept and design. The two companies would go head-to-head in multiple court battles for years to come. This would include a lawsuit alleging Bumble was guilty of patent infringement and stealing trade secrets from Tinder. Then, December 2016, a guy called Greg Blatt took over as Bumble's CEO. But in yet another twist, Greg was later removed as CEO after he was accused of sex. On top of that, Tinder has come clean about the fact that some of its users are registered sex offenders, which has led to some terrifying stories about the app and its users' experiences with scammers like the one who stole over $10 million from his victims. But the most contentious part of the story is probably how Tinder makes money. Making money, but on evil side, Tinder's founders, as the app's popularity grew and investors demanded a return on their investment, introduced Tinder Plus in 2015 as a premium subscription service. The service introduced two new features, Rewind and Passport, but the company realized that these features alone wouldn't convince users to pay for the app. They began to make the free version worse, such as by limiting free right swipes per user per 12 hours and inserting ads between profiles. Many free users were dissatisfied with the service, believing they were receiving a stripped-down version of the app. However, the board at Tinder didn't care. Their premium subscription model was incredibly profitable, making money at an unprecedented rate. Tinder's darker side reveals a number of unsettling aspects that might affect users' experiences and safety. Catfishing is a major problem since it allows people to deceive others by creating phony profiles and utilizing stolen photographs or false information. When the real person behind the profile is revealed, it can cause emotional trauma and broken trust, which can lead to disappointment and distress for individuals who were deceived. Further, scams and fraudulent activities might happen on Tinder. Some users use the network for scams, such as phishing, where they trick other users into giving them money, personal information, or other resources by making it seem like they are from a legitimate source. Unwary consumers run the risk of falling victim to these scams, which prey on their confidence and may land them in legal or financial hot water. Tinder is not only a place for scams and deceit, but also for abuse and harassment. Some users abuse the network by sending sexually explicit messages to other users without their consent, cyberbullying them, or engaging in other unpleasant behaviors. In addition to making the surroundings unsafe, this kind of behavior endangers the lives of the people who are being targeted. In addition, interactions on Tinder pose privacy and security concerns. Users run the risk of physical violence, sexual assault, and identity theft if they meet strangers using the app or divulge personal information. The fact that bad actors might take advantage of the inherent anonymity of services like Tinder underscores the importance of being cautious and vigilant when navigating these digital environments. To sum up, Tinder is a great way to meet new people, but some people are abusing it. so there has to be more education and protections in place to keep users safe from scams, harassment, and invasions of privacy. Users can make more educated decisions and take proactive steps to increase their online safety and security by recognizing these darker sides of Tinder. Tinder faced another lawsuit for deceitful pricing of their Tinder Plus subscription, offering it for $9.99 to users under the age of 28 and $19.99 to users over the age of 28. Despite facing an age discrimination lawsuit in California and being ordered to pay millions of dollars in compensation, Tinder continued to discriminate pricing policies in other regions. For example, a straight male could pay $34.37 for Tinder Plus, while a queer female under 30 would pay $6.99 for the same service. Tinder's record-breaking profits enabled them to accelerate their global expansion. However, pressure from the board to increase revenue led to the release of a new higher tier of their premium subscription called Tinder Golds, which offered an extra $5 a month or $10 extra for users over 30. Profile boosting allowed users to pay to put themselves at the front of the QE, increasing their chances of getting matched. Around this time, free users reported a significant dip in interactions. However, the extra features and higher price point made Tinder not just one of the most popular apps on the App Store, but also one of the most profitable. The company ignored the growing community of loyal fans who complained about the app turning its back on its users, instead releasing a third premium subscription tier for $99.99 per month or a platinum subscription for those over 30. In September 2019, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission sued Tinder's parent company, Match Group, for knowingly using fake users to bait men into paying for subscriptions. This allowed users to message people before they even matched with them, negating the mutual attraction system that Tinder was built on. Tinder also conceals possible matches from free accounts to increase revenue from users. They make it sound like all swiped right on you are waiting for you to pay for your subscription. Tinder loves microtransactions because they give you every chance to solve your loneliness with money. It has succeeded in making dating more of a game, but it is becoming more of a pay-to-win game where the odds are stacked against you if you don't pay. For example, if you upgrade and then cancel, your matches will likely plummet. Once you have success, it's hard to go back to having so few matches again, so it helps keep you hooked every month. Tinder's business model is to make as much money as possible from its users. While it's useful for people to be aware of what's going on, it can be depressing when you realize that the less attractive you are, the more money you'll probably have to pay. Tinder has another secret. Every user has a desirability score, a hidden rating given to each user that governs how often they're shown to people and who they're shown to. If your profile isn't popular enough, Tinder will stop showing it to the people it thinks are more attractive. The economics of Tinder are known as the Tinder paradox. Tinder paradox. It's clear that every app on the App Store is trying to make you spend as much time on it as possible, and some apps even use artificial intelligence to predict exactly what to show you, to stop you from logging off, for example. An app, like TikTok, keeps you engaged by learning more and more about you, so it can show you more tailored videos that it knows you'll want to see. However, the problem for Tinder is that the better the app is at matching you to someone, the less money they'll make if all your matches are great fits for you. Why would you want to pay for extra features or have a monthly subscription? And of course, for every successful match Tinder facilitates, if they are actually a perfect match, and getting a relationship together, Tinder just lost 2 customers. When you initially build your profile, you'll see a large number of matches, which will make you feel good and provide you a good experience. This is the major approach to this. Just when you're about to delete the app, your phone will ring with a Tinder notification. It's a match. Just like that, dopamine is released in your brain, and Tinder are hooked again, swiping in search of more matches. This happens because Tinder boosts your profile initially to give you a little boost to get you hooked on the app. It has been reported that Tinder uses data science to determine the average frequency of matches and the average number of matches before users delete the app. This allows Tinder to keep users in a happy medium, where they aren't too happy to delete the app but not too sad either. While Tinder has undoubtedly helped many people find love, the Tinder paradox serves as a reminder that Tinder would prefer it if users didn't use the app. In conclusion, Tinder's success as a dating app is a testament to its ability to transform the way people meet and connect. Co-founders Sean Rad and Justin Martin along with other former executives of Tinder, filed a lawsuit in August 2018 against Match Group and IAC, the parent companies of Tinder. The lawsuit claimed that through bullying, deceit, and plain lies, IAC and Match had stolen billions of dollars from Tinder employees by manipulating the books to create a false global valuation of Tinder. Essentially, the lawsuit claimed that Tinder's parent company had given a false valuation of the company in 2017, meaning that the shares belonging to the co-founders and some of the early employees were worth much less than they should